Hello everybody and welcome to the OWNIT homewares presentation. I'm Emma Kosh and I'm going to take you through everything that OWNIT can do for you personally and for your clients and for businesses that you work with and businesses if you own your own businesses as well. So here we go. A little bit about me. I've worked in creative industries for about 15 years and I have a passion for interiors that truly reflect the individual. I currently run my own interior design business. I'm spreading the word about OWNIT and I appear on CBBC's The Dengineers as a Den designer. About 3 years ago, I had an epiphany. I read a book. I've read lots of books, but I read one book in particular that really resonated with me, and it sparked a thought in me that I've not seen that everyone is represented or celebrated in mainstream home decor. So I thought about all the people not represented in mass-produced homewares. What if they can't identify with the faces they see or the interests expressed? Wouldn't it be wonderful to see themselves represented in an illustration surrounded by the things they love? How much confidence and empowerment would they take away from that? So from that, I created a business called OWNIT. So what is OWNIT? OWNIT is an online brand born from a desire to produce homewares that reflect the individual, every individual. It can be broken down into 3 stages, if you like, or 3 areas. 1, we have existing pattern collections that can be bought as they are or personalised. 2, we have existing concept that you can choose but totally make your own. And 3, we have our totally bespoke service, which allows you to pour all of your imagination into creating an artwork that literally no one else in the world has. We sell designs and products direct to customers and to businesses. So as I said, as an interior designer, I'd never heard of such a personalised service, and so the idea for OWNIT was formed. We are a team on a mission to empower with interiors that reflect exactly who you are. The facts about the business. It's a female-led business and I support other small business creatives. At the moment, they're all women, but I'm not closed off to men. But at the moment, I have a team of women. We're all creatives. We all run our own businesses and we all support each other. I handpick my team based on, skills, but also I would like to work collaboratively with people. So I have to know I'm going to get along with them. So it's very much a handpicked team. It's very bespoke, very boutique-y. All the products are printed in the UK, so that reduces waste and air miles, supports UK industry, and also it allows me to offer very short lead times. So my lead times can be 1 to 2 days once I have the artwork. And this business is a game changer for you and your clients. I'll take you through the 3 parts of the business one by one. So number 1 is the existing pattern collections that can be bought as they are or personalised. So these are patterns, the ideas that I came up with based on things that I would like to see on wallpapers, and each one has a story. This one in particular is retro toys, and this is very nostalgic. It has lots of toys and influences from when I was growing up. I actually owned those skates that are on the wallpaper. And the beauty of these wallpapers are you can either buy them as they are and they stand up as a design, but also they have space for personalisation. So in this one in particular, you can add a name into the speak and spell. It's available on wallpaper, lamps and cushions, and all of this is available on the website. Other existing collections are Robots of the Revolution. So this was a design that acts against the fact that STEM subjects are just for boys. So it's a very beautiful colour palette. It can appeal to everybody. And in the belly screens of the robots, which each have their own different character, you can choose the robot and choose which one you want to personalise or personalise all of them. And then because of the beauty of this business, it can be scaled to be massive robots or small robots, and you can personalise it with whatever you want, whether that's a name, a phrase, whatever will fit in there essentially. Then also we have Life is a Circus paper. Now this was inspired by Greatest Showman and the bold colours and the empowerment that that film brought out. and it has a strong lady option and also a bearded lady. And the banner in that can be personalised with anything. It doesn't have to be in that brown colour that's shown there. It could be any colour and it can say anything. So again, this is available on wallpaper, lamps and cushions. It can be printed on lots of other things as well, but I'll come to that later. And it's a way of really personalising something, and also you can play with scale on any of these as well. Existing concepts. These are things that I came up with that allow people to make things truly their own, but it might be a bit overwhelming for some to do totally bespoke. So what I did was I came up with some ideas that allowed you to add a personalised touch, but based on an existing concept. For example, ones like this. So this is a tattoo and the banner is plain, and then you can add names to the banner. 1, 2, 3 people, whatever you're into. And this can again be played with scale. So you could have one huge heart in the middle of a room, or you could have 5 hearts. You can configure this however you want, or have it like a pattern repeat. This is available directly for personalisation on the website. If you want to play with scale, just speak to me and we can do anything. Some more existing concepts are Panda and Pidge, which I'll talk a little bit more about in a minute, and then Lyric Flower, which is available in 3 colours. And with this one, we hand brush a family name, a lyric, a phrase, something that's totally personal to you, onto that flower, and then that can be used as a pattern repeat or as a mural piece or one huge one in the middle of the room. As I've discussed before, anything is possible, and that's available in blue, red and black and white. So they all have different type flowers in them, so it's worth checking that out on the website. Panda and Pidge needs a little bit more explanation, and I really love these guys. So this is a concept that was based on the fact that my brother had a puppet panda, as it was called, and he absolutely loved this panda. And I thought about children and the attachments that they get to those soft toys and how they think they've got a character. So, and they share adventures with those toys every day. So Panda and Pidge can go on an adventure with your children, essentially, or you, and basically they like to go on these adventures. And what you do is you'll say, I want to see Panda and Pidge going on a scouting adventure with my son, and they get lost or whatever. And then we would create a hand-painted tableau featuring a child in the image of your child on a totally unique adventure with Panda and Pidge, and then you would choose little fillers to go around the outside. So if it was, say, the camping one or the scout one that's pictured there, there's little trees, ranger badge, little tents, and you choose the colour palette of your choice as well. So it allows you to have a hand-painted tableau that then can be rolled out into a pattern repeat for a nursery or bedroom or whatever. And then that can be printed onto wallpaper, lamps, cushions, bedding, curtains, anything. So it just allows you to create this really beautiful, cute design, which is full of mischief and full of fun, but it can be totally tailored to you or your clients. And then we have totally bespoke. So it's quite obvious, but I will run it through with you. So it allows you to put all your heart and soul into a design that's totally for you. And literally no one else in the world will have it because you will have designed it or helped design it. So how it works. Step 1, dig deep into your imagination and tell us all things you'd like to see in your dream design. So that can be a really extensive list. It can be random, it can be niche, it can be popular, anything. So it could embody everything that you'd love to see in the design, or everything that makes you tick about your family story. Just put it all down there. And then in step 2, what I'll do is handpick those elements and come up with a concept that might not use all of the ideas, but try and weave a few of the ideas through it to create a completely unique concept for you and your client or your family or your business client. And then we sketch it out, and once we agree the concept and the way we're going, we use my illustrators to bring it to life. Then once we have the pattern repeat or the mural design, we then roll it out to products for the home and beyond, because it's not just things for the home, it can go on to lots of things, as I'll talk about shortly. And then obviously you get your design utopia, your home is happy, and you are living your best life in a place that is uniquely yours. There's two prongs to this, and it's OWNIT can offer a lot for people in the domestic market and in the business market. So let's run through the home first of all. You can create something totally bespoke and one of a kind. Obviously, if you are putting together a design with your ideas and your family story, it's going to be unlike anybody else's family story. You can have exclusive home decor that literally no one else in the world has. Again, if you're designing it and you're owning it, then nobody else in the world is going to have that design. Then you can create an interior that truly reflects you or your client on a deeply personal level. And you can create interiors that empower and celebrate your family and their unique qualities. What if your child feels like they don't fit in at school? You know, what if they have something that sets them apart? Wouldn't it be brilliant if you could embody that in a design that then empowered them to feel present and seen and made them feel confident in who they are? So then that would give them a place to wake up every morning and go to sleep knowing that they are empowered and can feel confident in their uniqueness. And then that's got to take it forward somehow, hasn't it? And then for business, now it's a beautiful thing for business as well, because lots of businesses have a logo, but OWNIT can take your brand beyond the logo. It tells your story through a design that speaks of your values and your journey. You can create a unique look for your business space that none of your competitors have, and you can create Instagrammable spaces that spread the word about your business. So everything is visual led at the moment, isn't it? Instagram's massive, TikTok's massive. People want to create unique looks for their businesses, and brand is everything. So OWNIT allows you to tell your brand story. I could do 10 designs for 10 different hairdressers, and every single one will be different. And they're all competitors with each other, essentially. But they'll all have a different colour palette, they'll all have a different story, and we would create something totally different in each salon. And then they all get value for money, and they all get a unique look for their salon. So it's such a wonderful thing to take your business to the next level. Even if it's a case of it just being your Zoom background when you're sitting in your home office. If your background of your wallpaper says something about what your values are, it's empowering to you while you're in the space, and it also communicates to your customers what you can do. So how will you own it? So you could celebrate your culture. Working on the Dengineers is brilliant, and they're often like more is more with the design, so this is good for me. And this one particular was for Black History Den. As you can see, the letters and the names, they are all names from Black history, and lots of them are in the style of what they do. So Muhammad Ali's letters is in the boxing style, for example. Now, the recipient of this den is the only one in the world to have this wallpaper. I also put some names in there that he may not have heard of. So it inspired him to further delve into his culture and celebrate who he is and be proud of who he is. This one is an example of how you can go quite heavy on a theme. Obviously, this is for a kids' TV programme, so it's very out there. But this was for a hotel den. So in this one, for example, we created a logo. The girl was called Flo, so we called it the Flotel. And then we created a wallpaper in with pink and turquoise leopards, because she liked pink and turquoise and leopard print. So I combined all those elements. So that's a way of showing how you can have a few ideas, but how it can be combined into one design. So obviously, if you're creating a themed space, these are perfect. This is an example of how you can tell your brand story or your story as a family. This is one that was done for Trinder Hair Salon. They had a long list of things on their CV, but it was all just written on one leaflet. So what I did is I took those things off the CV and put them in this design. So we created hand-lettered bottles that you might see on the shelf in a salon, and then we repeated that, but created labels that told exactly what they've done in their career. So for example, Mark Drinder, who works in the salon and owns a salon, quite often drops celebrity names. So there's a label there that says celebrity name drops. And all the things on there speak of their experience and speak of things that they are well known for. it's created such a buzz in the salon. People love this wallpaper, and it's a subtle way of telling people exactly what they're about. You can do things that are really nice and caring as well. So you can remember a lost loved one and create a design that reminds you daily of that person without being so obvious as to create, like, you know, a shrine type thing. So this one I created for my mum. She lost her sister to breast cancer, and she always says that when a robin pops around, she thinks Auntie Jen's visiting her. So I created a robin design with a J necklace, and this was rolled out onto things for her for Christmas, and it's still been rolled out onto things for my nan as well, because obviously that was her daughter who she lost. So it's a way of you know, representing people, reminding people of ones that they've loved that are no longer around, but also it's obviously really, it's in a lovely subtle way. You can express all your favourite things. So in this one, I was given a very extensive list: gymnastics, money, art, donuts, Haagen-Dazs, reading a book with a dog on my lap, Christmas lights, all these things. And then I was also given a palette, a colour palette. So we created the girl's initials with all the things that she loves. And then this has since been rolled out onto wallpaper, cushions for a bedroom. Then each time Christmas or a birthday comes around, I get a call: please put it on a suitcase, please put it on an iPad cover. And now this girl basically has her own brand, and it's brilliant. So she's really empowered because it's all the things that she loves, and also she can keep getting the gifts that keep on giving, essentially. This one I did for a marketing company. As you can see, it's quite a muted palette, but this went in all their customer facing areas. It told of all the buzzwords that they associate with their business, and it was in a space where all people visiting could see it, but also the staff could see it every day. So they'd look at it and think, yeah, okay, I need to be doing all these things in my daily life. This one we did for a charity project, and there's a boy called Riley. His dream is to walk. He has a form of cerebral palsy, and instead of walking, we inspired him to win a running race against all of his favourite characters. So he's pictured there in his Spurs kit, beating them to the finish line, and there he is on the podium as well, enjoying the celebrations against superheroes. So it was to inspire him to feel like a superhero and push himself on. And since we've done this, he's made incredible progress, and he can now stand on his own and kick a football, which is absolutely brilliant. So there's so many stories to tell, there's so many designs. These are quite colourful ones, but you can do totally muted colour palette. You could do a simple name with a simple design around it. It doesn't have to be outlandish, it can be anything. And essentially the way it works is you set a budget for your artwork, and then all of the products are just a regular product price that you would pay anyway, for wallpaper, cushions and that kind of thing. So you'd pay the same for them if they're blank, printed off blank. So once you've got the artwork, you pay for the artwork, you have that to own. I hold on to the artwork, and then I roll it out onto these products, and you just pay for the products that you want. So you could say, I'd like to start off with wallpaper, and then in 6 months' time you might order 3 cushions, and it goes on and on and on like that. And I just hold on to the artwork, which is your bespoke design, and then you can roll it out onto products as and when you want. So that's that. It's very versatile. You can do it as a pattern repeat like traditional wallpaper, or we can do it mural style. Another idea is that you paint a wall in a gold colour or something, you get the elements printed individually, you cut around them really tight, and then you create like a collage of a mural with all the individual things. Because we can play with scale, I could do a heart at 2 centimetres or at 2 metres. So you have so many options to create totally unique interiors. You can let your imagination run wild. And because it's tailored to your space and your requirements, it means that there is no sort of room for error where you get, you know, we've all been on those mural websites where you put your wall dimensions in, you realise you're going to get the top corner of some mural and it's going to look rubbish. So because these are all scalable and we can work to any size and any shape, it kind of means that you're getting not only the exact design you want, but the exact size and scale you want. Everything's printed to order in the UK, really short lead times, and there's no waste, no air miles, and we're supporting UK businesses. There's limitless print options. It's not just the wallpaper, cushions and lamps. You can print your design onto hundreds of items: bedding, blankets, fabric, chairs, coasters, bar runners, rugs, wall hangings, doormats, suitcase, handbag, clothes. It goes on and on and on. Obviously, as an interior designer, I'm starting to focus on the interiors because it has to sort of start somewhere, but just ask and I can guarantee 99% of the time that whatever you're asking me for, I can print onto. And obviously we have the ability to print fabric, so that can be then given to an upholsterer to upholster an old vintage chair, or it can be made into curtains or Roman blinds, anything, because we can print onto lots of different type fabrics. You can have sheer curtains. There's so many options with this business. So please just ask if there's anything you're thinking of, but I'm sure I've got your brain going already. So thank you for listening and taking the time. It's been a pleasure spending some time with you. And if you have any questions, just drop me a line and I'll be happy to help. See you soon.